Hello and welcome back to another episode of Europa Universalis 4. We've just installed Dorado and the patch, so there's been quite a few new changes to the game. I think the most exciting one is the implementation of a nation designer. So with that in mind, I think we're going to use this opportunity to start a brand new campaign. Without further ado, let's just jump straight in. And we're going to create our own custom nation. Now, a lot of the new ideas and things implemented into the game have to do with the New World and sort of exploration and finding the lost city of gold. So with that in mind, we're going to probably build a nation that's mostly geared towards exploration and colonization. Maybe beef up our trade a little bit. Maybe a bit of a military just to make it as easy as possible. The other thing I was sort of thinking of doing was maybe creating another nation of the HRE. Probably take all these southern Burgundy provinces, make that an entirely new nation, and sort of expand into France while at the same time trying to take the emperorship off Austria. So we might do that in a later let's play, but for now I think we'll concentrate on the whole colonialization exploration sort of thing. So with that in mind, we'll start our new nation. And let's make Andalusia our capital. We'll take these two provinces. I also like the thought of that. And the little island of Portugal. Could also take the Canaries. But I think that's just being greedy. We'll let Castile hold on to them. Whites. Although Granada won't last very long, I don't like that colour white. That red's not bad. Maybe a bit similar to Aragon. Too close to Morocco. Yeah, don't like that colour very much. No, yellow will not do. Nor green. I don't actually mind this dark blue actually. There's not really anything quite like it, at least in this area of the map. It looks similar to who's this over here? Marihan, but I'm sure we won't be coming across of them in our campaign. Can't take Azores, that's alright. I like that. I think that's a relatively strong position. We're a slightly smaller Portugal, at least in terms of base tax. Have a few more provinces. We did take their island. They can still explore from the Azores, and Castile can still use the Canaries. But this here, Madeira sort of gives us a springboard to go colonize as well. I think that's important for the sort of things we want to do. Also take a bit of Morocco, just so I suppose we're Portugal's little brother. And although I like the name Andalusia, I think we shall be the Kingdom of Seville. Nation adjective. Seville, I suppose. Castilian, Portuguese. I think Sevillian makes the most sense. In terms of a flag, Eagle's more of a HRE sort of thing. I think no emblem. The stripe's a bit too light. I'm not sure. the stripes would tie in nice with the whole area. It's sort of like Aragon. What else did I have? No, that's too much like Aragon. A tricolour. Oh, I don't mind this. Actually, I think this might be nice. Obviously, we have to change the colours. I think the middle should be a similar colour to our country, if such a colour exists. That might be the closest. Or make the stripes black, I think. On second thoughts, I'm not sure I like that flag. Maybe go back to just the stripes. Do I like those colours though? I don't think I'm convinced on that blue. That's a nicer blue, I think. Could just be blue for Seville. Yeah, a bit boring. But if we get nothing better, that's a nice red, but I don't think it'll work for us. Orange isn't bad. Maybe have a bit of an emblem on it. We'll see. They're a bit I don't mind that. They're not Sunni or Jewish or anything. I think we'll stay Catholic. I think no emblem will be nice. Yes. Seville, or is it Seville? No, Seville. Okay. Oh, should we be Sevilla? That seems more Spanish, doesn't it? Sevilla. I think just Seville. Seville's the Kingdom of Seville. We will have a queen. They're not very Spanish names, are they? What's our religion set to? Catholic. We are Andalusian. For those who don't know, Andalusia is sort of this, as far as I'm aware, this southern Iberia sort of thing. I wonder why it's giving us more. It must be our culture. Let's change it to. What is it? What's this? It's not under Spanish, is it? Iberian? Iberian. I think Castilian. We want a Castilian name. That's better. The Avalos. Diaz. De Leon. That would make sense if we were forming Leon. De Toro. De Aza, De Fano, De La Curva. I suppose this doesn't make. That'll do. Doesn't really make. Sancha. Maria, I like it. And Rodrigo, Alfonso. There we go, Thomas. Beautiful. So we'll change that back to Andalusian because it makes more sense to our Interesting they've changed. Because we are Andalusian. We'll have a better starting ruler than Castile. We'll make our heir diplomatically strong. We'll give him some 3, 4, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5. So our heir's slightly stronger. How's that? Make her, I should say, slightly older just to get a point back. For those who haven't played with this nation designer thing, you get a certain amount of points to spend. So everything you do sort of takes up points. Like the more land you take adds points. So for example, we take that goes to 99, but we don't want it. This here actually cost us 52 points, which is, I'm not actually sure why, to be honest, because if we look at Madrid, it would only cost us 15. Blue March only 19. Not too sure why that is so expensive, but I think it fits into the sort of nation we're going for here. I do like it, so I guess we'll have to make do. Merchant Republic. While it would be interesting to play as a Merchant Republic, I think I do realize we're making a fictitious nation, but historically speaking, you wouldn't really have a republic here. It's sort of like we're an offshoot of Castile. Like Leon used to be an own kingdom, all that sort of stuff. I think it's just like that's like we've succeeded from the crown of Castile. So with that in mind, we'll stay as a monarchy, and I think the despotic one that suits our needs best. We're Western Catholic, all that is good. I'm going to steal another point back here. Obviously, the older you make these guys, the cheaper they are. In fact, the point we'll go on. So here's the ideas screen. The traditions, the 2 ideas you have from the beginning. So when we start the game, we'll have these 2. These are the ones you unlock. So for every 3 ideas you pay for, as a bonus, you unlock one of these. And your ambition is what you get as soon as you've unlocked all of your national ideas. So we're going for a colonialization sort of trade, I suppose. We want to bring the trade back to Seville and collect. So we're going to need strong trade ideas. We'll want a pretty decent military to fight off Castile. They'll probably be pissed at us because they'll want our 2 provinces. Even Portugal might be a little upset because that is Portuguese. That's interesting. Andalusian gives us the See, it makes more sense for us to be the Castilian sort of culture, but I'm not sure if it'll change our provinces to that, or they'll stay Andalusian, so we'll have unrest. I think that'll be alright. So yeah, You also you sort of need to spread your ideas out, because you take massive penalties if you say they were all military ideas. We would take a massive penalty for that. So we sort of do have to keep it balanced. And that each ID sort of has levels that you can go up, and obviously the higher up you go, the more points it costs. So you can see this stability cost modifier goes up by 5%. As you can see here, 52. So that it's not good. We take a massive malus in the points. So global trade power isn't bad. I think we might get that. Our production efficiency, we might change. Maybe it's always a good idea to morale or discipline. I think morale would be good. First idea, I think we might take another military one, just because at first we will be concentrating in Iberia. Siege ability is nice, but I think we might take the discipline, just because why not? Discipline. Tax is always good, but we might change that to diplomatic. Maybe global settler increase. Stability we don't care about. Maybe core creation costs. In fact, let's make that first. And then discipline. And then we'll have our global settler increase. A lot of navies is probably pretty good, but I might change that to light ship cost, because we'll want to protect our trade. National unrest is always strong. Maybe another colonist. See, again, we're gonna have to change something. Trade efficiency. Another. A merchant would be nice, but that's also diplomatic, isn't it? It is. And something to do with trade. Trade steering or efficiency? I think steering's better. Although we might have to change that to a non-diplomatic idea. Maybe the light ship cost, turn that into siege ability. And swap that with global settler increase. So early on, we've got a concentration on military and like taking land in Iberia, and then later on, and as you can see, as we power these up, this will drop. So we discipline, morale, trade steering 10. So we've got 8 points. These ones are really expensive to power up, like 40 points just for 2 merchants. I don't know. I don't know at all. Do them with trade steering or the merchant. Maybe we don't want the merchant. We'll start with 2. Right, I think we're going to piss the merchant off. And what should we change that to? I think anything called an administrative. Not really. Not late game. Do ID cost, but by the time we get there, let's put national unrest last. Do we want the merchant? What about another military idea? I think administrative. Accepted culture threshold. Do we accept them or do we convert them? Global tariffs. Maybe go back to like ship cost. 10% cheaper. More trade steering, 15. Start off with some strong global trade power. I would like to kick that up far out. Maybe change trade steering it to aggressive expansion impact. Although we sort of want that early on, don't we? Puts us... Oh, you want all of these at the start of the game, don't you? Far out. Trade steering's pretty powerful though. Cost 8. Anything costs 6. Get 10 points back. You get a point back for oh, of course, because the diplomatic goes over. We can make that back to 3 of those. Anything costs us 10. 6, 12, 14, 24, 18, 20, 12. Trade steering. 6. National unrest -2 is pretty strong. Not sure if you'll need it late game though. I'm going to swap that with the light ship cost. I'm going to get that colonist relatively early. Get 9 back. And do we save at 2 points just by 6? If we just make you slightly older, just make our air older. There's that. Drop that as much as we can. 40 and 30. So they start pretty old, but that gives us pretty strong ideas, I think. In fact, I'm going to call that good enough. So we look here, our kingdom's now on the map. We have Seville. We might also take this opportunity maybe to randomize the world. I think. I'm not sure, actually not entirely sure. if that work, it must. Surely it works with the new exploration things you can tell, the auto exploration sort of thing that they've implemented into the game. So we'll have a random new world just to mix it up a little bit. We know what the real America looks like. Let's actually have a go at actually exploring the new world, shall we? So let's jump straight in. Okay, sorry about that bit of lag. We're back in with a randomized new world, which I look very much forward to exploring. Obviously this is our map. Portugal has rivaled us. So let's marry Castile before they do something similar. Fantastic. So we'll rival Portugal back. Also Granada, because we don't have a truce with them. We want to take them before Castile does. And I think we will also Morocco, because why not? Cordoba. Where is Cordoba? There. We will eventually turn on Spain, but for now, 11. Can't build up to 11 yet, so let's get Aragon to like us. Marry us, please. Fantastic. France doesn't want a marriage. Do you want an alliance? Let's change your mind by improving our relations. Maybe you would like an alliance? Yes. Very good. We also accept Portuguese, which is nice, considering we have this is also Portuguese. Yes. We do not accept Moroccan, however. That's right. Let's fabricate a claim. Oh, sorry about that. Fabricate a claim. We want 10 Gs just for the trade, obviously. Okay, that's why that province was so expensive in the nation builder. It's an important center of trade, and it's got an estuary. No, thank you, Castile. We want our trade for ourselves. We've got 26%, which is actually more than Castile at the moment. So let's send our light ships out to protect trade. When we take these, it will piss Castile off because they have cores on there. But minus 16, minus 30. We'll kick the speed up. We'll build up to our, how much money we make? 2.7 ducats a month. Not too shabby. We'll build 1, 2, 3. How's our ships? We can afford a few more ships. We have no money. We'll build one for now, I suppose. Want to keep. I can't afford anyone at the moment. Obviously, just spend all that money. That's okay. So there you go. Seville is our capital city of the nation of Seville, or the kingdom, I should say. I suppose that's what we are. We are a kingdom. Oh, I should have put national unrest is already -1, so minus 2.5 national unrest. That should help if we decide to sort of expand into Africa a bit. But that's more of a late game thing, I suppose. How are we looking? Don't want an alliance. I think France is pretty happy with us at the moment. Want to get that alliance. Send. Let's also fabricate on Granada, on Jabal Turk, which will keep the prestige, or take the prestige I should say. Gibraltar is what you would know that as. Of course when we take Andalusian it will keep these sort of more Muslim names. But there you go. In fact, I think we'll call that a day. We managed to build ourselves, I think, a fairly strong nation. We've got some very good ideas for what we want to do. We've got some opening moves. Take Granada, aid a bit of Morocco, secure a bit more trade, maybe eat up Portugal, and then jump to France to eat Castile up a bit. We want to keep them from the New World. Taking out Portugal early is the best way to do it before they expand in the New World and Africa. If anything, we didn't really worry about Castile as long as we eat their coastline. They won't really be able to explore. We need to get the Canaries. Stop them jumping there. We'll see how we go though, Castile's pretty big. We'll need a strong ally like France. Maybe both France and Aragon, if in fact they're already fighting. Probably over Navarra, I would imagine. Yes, Aragon were the aggressors there, which is interesting. But yes, we're also going to go exploring the randomized New World we have. I don't think we'll go much further than this southern Iberia and western Iberia sort of thing. We'll lose the money. Depending on how well we go, we might take all of Iberia. But apart from that, we'll mostly be looking at the New World and securing trade, getting it all to Seville, getting rich. And yes, we'll also have to, in terms of ideas, obviously our first one will be the expedition ones. A change they've made is you can't make 2 of the same idea groups in a row, so we won't be able to take a second diplomatic group straight away. We might want to take a military idea next, though expansion would not hurt at all. And obviously maritime ideas would be very nice, so would trade, either one of those two. I think we want to build a stronger navy. But yeah, we'll end it there. In the next episode we'll work on eating at Granada, seeing if we can do something in Morocco, and apart from that we'll just see what happens. So please join me next time for another episode. See you then.